Welcome back to this week's reading. And this week I decided I would read 4 poems. They're all fairly short, so they won't take too long. And 3 of the poems deal with the ideas around truth and clarity and things like this. And the 4th one then refers a little bit around the current predicament we're in relation to COVID, and also I suppose how we prioritize things. So to begin with, I'll read the first poem, quite short, and I call this one Universal Truth. A universal truth's revealed. The world must hear about it. To keep it pure from time and tongue, it's written in a book. And thus the book becomes the truth, and all the truth the book. So we move on from there, and the second poem I call Well Balanced Truth, and I suppose this is around the idea of how we sometimes, I suppose, deceive ourselves in terms of what we consider the truth. And this is it. Well balanced truth. It all sounds right. There's a symmetry to our truth. The pieces fit together. It all adds up. There can be no other explanation. No alternative interpretation. Now, what ought we do but act on what we know? Follow our instincts before an alternative emerges. Some inconvenient jarring of the well-oiled facts, forcing us to disassemble the beauty of the thing, asking us to ask ourselves to revisit our assumptions. No, our creation deserves to survive. Can we still not reach for truth? Push the edges here and there? Apply a little judicious pressure? Wrap ourselves warm inside our safe assumptions? Rub our faces gently against its soft, comforting fur. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one, which I call Blind Clarity, which is probably taking a slightly different perspective on a somewhat similar subject. Blind clarity. Sometimes I close my eyes and see with absolute clarity. An image, an impression, an idea, a colour, clearer and sharper than with my eyes, focused better than intellect or philosophical sight, the answer better formed than the question, answered before asked, before asking. And I could paint it, if I could paint with my eyes closed. That is, if I could paint. And I have to open my eyes. The light floods in and whites it out, leaving a sighted blindness and a forgotten question. So now we go to the 4th one, which is more contemporary, the sense that I wrote it earlier today. It reflects a little bit on the COVID times, as I mentioned, and also in relation to how we prioritize things that we think are important to us or whatever. And I call this my long finger. And the concept of the long finger, I suppose, is probably known to all of us. You know, it's about how we put things off. My long finger. I have two friends in Sligo, which seems so far away. They have the kettle on the hob, for I said I'd call one day. No one gets to travel now, so we won't have tea and cake. Even if I scheme and ponder a great 5k jailbreak. My hat sits sadly on the hook. A briary patch my hair. Workday shoes have lost their shine. My shirts no longer care. I blame the rules that stop me now. Why didn't I go before? 1,000 thens came and went, and maybe even more. I look out through the window. I walk around the room. I'm winding up and winding up another day of gloom. Suppose instead I take the time and ink the sleeping quill and write to them and promise that my visit I'll fulfill. I'll need no stamp or envelope, nor fast dispatch explore, for with my long finger I can slip it beneath their door. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to see you again. Take care. Bye bye.